Leonardo da Vinci's 5 most famous paintings. 1. Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Mona Lisa is prominent among Leonardo da Vinci's famous paintings. Francesco del Giocondo's wife, Mona Lisa, is also known as La Gioconda. This picture is done in oil on canvas. The original painting, which measures 77 by 53 centimeters, 30 by 20 and 7/8 in, is owned by the French government and hangs in the Louvre in Paris, France. This figure of a woman, dressed in the Florentine manner of the day and seated in a dreamlike, mountainous scene, is a stunning example of Leonardo's sfumato modeling method, which involves soft, deeply shaded modeling. The Mona Lisa's mysterious expression, which is both seductive and aloof, has earned the painting worldwide acclaim. The renowned smile of the Mona Lisa symbolizes the sitter in the same way that the juniper branches in Ginevra Benci's painting in Washington and the ermine in Cecilia Gallerani's portrait in Krakow do. It's a visual representation of the Italian word, Gioconda, which means happiness. This idea of happiness became the major element of Leonardo's portrait, and it is this idea that makes the piece so ideal. The landscape's natural beauty also plays a part. Warm hues are used in the middle distance, which is on the same level as the sitter's chest. This area is occupied by men. There is a twisting road and a bridge. This place illustrates the transition from the sitter's space to the far distant, when the landscape transforms into a wild and uninhabited realm of rocks and water that stretches to the horizon, which Leonardo has skillfully depicted at the sitter's eye level. Let's know if you want more videos like this by hitting the like button. Now back to the video. If you have enjoyed the video so far, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel. 2. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The Last Supper is Leonardo's depiction of an event that is mentioned in all 4 Gospels, books in the Christian New Testament. Christ gathered his disciples to eat, informed them he knew what was coming, and washed their feet the evening before he was betrayed by one of his disciples, a gesture symbolizing that all were equal under the eyes of the Lord. Christ gave the disciples precise instructions on how to eat and drink in the future in recollection of him while they ate and drank together. It was the first Eucharistic celebration, which is still practiced today. The Last Supper illustrates the next few seconds in this story after Christ dropped the bombshell that one of his disciples will betray him before morning, and each of the 12 disciples has reacted to the news with varying degrees of terror, fury, and amazement. Leonardo had never worked on such a big painting before, and he had no prior expertise with fresco, the traditional mural technique. The artwork was created using experimental paints straight on the dry plaster wall, and unlike frescoes, where the pigments are combined with the wet plaster, it has not held up well over time. There were issues with the paint flaking off the wall even before it was finished, which Leonardo had to fix. It has crumbled, been vandalized, bombed, and reconstructed over the years. We are probably only seeing a small portion of the original today. 3. The Annunciation by Leonardo da Vinci. The Annunciation, the master's first piece at the age of 20, isn't quite Leonardesque yet. The angel is on the left, the Virgin is on the right, and a lectern is in the middle, all shown in an architectural setting that extends out onto a landscape, as per a centuries-old model. With his high brow, fancy wings, costly clothes, and lily, the kneeling angel is magnificently youthful. Surprised while reading, the Virgin raises her hand in shock and exhibits a fine-featured countenance that some have described as chilly. Her posture, with her knees evenly parted and her body draped in broad and flexible drapery, lends her a powerful colossal presence. The Annunciation was credited to Domenico Ghirlandaio, who, like Leonardo, was an apprentice in Andrea del Verrocchio's workshop when it arrived in the Uffizi in 1867 from the Olivetan convent of San Bartolomeo, near Florence. It was recognized as a youthful work by Leonardo da Vinci by Karl Eduard von Lipphardt, the central character of the German expatriate art community in Florence, in 1869, one of the first attributions of a surviving piece to the youthful Leonardo. Since then, Leonardo has been credited with a preparatory drawing for the angel's sleeve. 4. Portrait of a Man in Red Chalk drawing by Leonardo da Vinci. The portrait of a man in red chalk at the Royal Library of Turin is commonly acknowledged as a self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci, albeit not unanimously. Leonardo da Vinci is supposed to have drawn this self-portrait when he was around 60 years old. The painting has been widely replicated, and it has become a symbol of Leonardo's status as a polymath or Renaissance man. Despite this, Historians and researchers debate over the sitter's genuine identity. Red chalk is used to sketch the portrait on paper. It shows a three-quarter perspective of an elderly man's head, with his face oriented towards the viewer. His long hair and long wave beard, which run over his shoulders and chest, distinguish the subject. The length of the hair and beard is unusual in Renaissance portraiture and denotes a person of sagacity, much as it does now. Deep lines on the brow and pouches below the eyes distinguish the face, which features an aquiline nose. The man looks to have lost his upper front teeth, which has caused the nose grooves to widen. The figure's eyes do not engage the observer, but instead look ahead, shrouded by the long brows. As was Leonardo's custom, the drawing was drawn in fine distinct lines, shaded by hatching, and finished with the left hand. 5. Madonna and Child with the Infant Saint John the Baptist by Leonardo da Vinci. The Virgin Mary is depicted with her arms spread and the infant Christ is cradling a lamb in the picture. A goldfinch, a symbol of the Passion, is held by the newborn John the Baptist. The three individuals stand in front of a forested and rocky environment with distant architectural complexes.